Prior to the 1993-1994 NBA season, a trade involving Detlef Schrempf and Derrick McKey occurred, and to several people, this trade may have been a transaction worth noting, but to me, I always thought it was an extremely interesting trade considering the teams involved and the change in style of play, and furthermore, this was also the time when Michael Jordan announced his retirement for the first time. For me, this trade would have been the first that comes to mind if you were to ask me what was the most even NBA trade in history. I'm sure many other trades could fit this category. Comment below what comes to mind when you think about even and interesting NBA trades. But anyways, so on November 1st, 1993, a few days before the NBA season began, the Indiana Pacers, they traded 6'10" Detlef Schrempf to Seattle for 6'10" Derrick McKey. Gerald Patio was also part of this trade as he went with McKey to Indiana but only appeared in 7 games with the Pacers. But anyways, when I saw this trade in the morning paper, it really intrigued me. First, I'll talk about Detlef Schrempf, who for the previous 3 seasons with the Pacers, twice became the 6th man of the year and then became an all-star for the first time in his career. One reason Indiana, they traded Schrempf, was that the former Washington Husky was set to become a free agent after the 93-94 season, but Schrempf would wind up playing 6 seasons in Seattle. So Detlef Schrempf was someone who could score, average 17 points a game while with the Pacers, and is going from the physical, defensive style of the Eastern Conference to a more fast-paced, higher-scoring Western Conference. As for Seattle, they had a lot of talent, a very deep team, excellent perimeter defense, but perhaps they needed someone who could get tough baskets when a bucket was really needed in the half court. Now Schrempf, he was not an elite scorer, but he could put the ball in the basket, and I think that is what Seattle needed. So prior to this trade, Seattle, they were one of the better teams in the Western Conference. Then for the 93-94 season, Seattle, they had the best record in the NBA, but then surprisingly, they lost in the first round. But Seattle, they get to the finals for the 95-96 season, but lost in 6 games to a Chicago Bulls team that won a record 72 games at the time. Furthermore, Schrempf would earn 2 more All-Star nods while with the Sonics. Now on to Indiana and Derrick McKey. So Derrick McKey was a very underrated basketball player. The former Alabama product was a great defender. He could guard in the post and on the perimeter and could guard multiple positions. I was thinking of making a top 5 Michael Jordan stoppers video, even though many of you might say there's no such thing as a Jordan stopper. But anyways, I was thinking of putting McKey on that list. So Derrick McKey is heading to the Eastern Conference, a conference with more physicality and defense. Now McKey, he could score, but not as well as Schrempf. But nonetheless, McKey, he was terrific with the Pacers as he played in Indiana for 8 years. The 92-93 Pacers, they finished at 41-41, lost in the first round to the Knicks. Then for the 1993-1994 NBA season, Larry Brown was the new Pacers head coach, and Derrick McKey was such a Larry Brown guy. Defensive-minded, unselfish, and plays basketball what Larry Brown would call the right way. So while with the Pacers, McKey would twice earn NBA All-Defensive Second-Team accolades. Furthermore, Indiana would become a very tough defensive team beginning with the Larry Brown era. While Derrick McKey was with the Pacers, Indiana, they'd make 4 conference finals appearances and 1 NBA finals appearance that resulted in a loss to the Lakers. So there you have it. I just wanted to go back and look at this trade, a trade that I always found interesting. And what are some NBA trades that interested you and that you thought were extremely even? Thank you so much for your interest in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for all the support.